I was watching a game yesterday, the night game, as probably everybody was. I think it was the game of the year. It's a really intense game. But as I'm watching it, I'm thinking about the way Seattle plays. And I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think that they can make it far in the playoffs. Yes, they're going to make it, I think. You never know because that division is extremely tough. But I don't think they can win in the playoffs. Maybe the first game, but the second game or the championship game, I don't think they can win if they're facing one of these better teams. I mean, what do you think about that?
They're missing some pieces on that defense, especially Jamal Adams, who they just traded so much to go out and get. And I think that getting him back will be a big help. I think that we have not seen what they really are defensively yet. It'll be interesting to see if it can make any bit because any difference would be good for them right now because they have been lousy defensively.
But I have to ask you, what difference is gonna really change them if we're being honest? Because right now, they're the worst defense in the league in terms of yards that they allow. They allow 479 yards. Atlanta's at 426. That's a 50-yard difference. Seattle is the worst. So what? Is Jamal Adams healthy? Is he going to make up for that?
Well, I don't think that their
because that's the only guy that's like really injured for them.
I don't think their defense has to be some top 10 defense. If it can be decent, if it can be, even manageable, then they can make it work because that offense has been so good.
I think the offense. I think we fell into. I even did this. We fell in love with Seattle too quick because they play. I mean, you fall in love with the way they play. They play offense, right? They sling it, they throw deep passes. That's what people love about football. But if we're being realistic, right? And I was looking at this just today. The teams they beat were the Falcons. Right now, we know they're one of the worst teams in the league. The Patriots, they barely beat them. We know the Patriots are trending downwards. They beat Dallas. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL. They barely beat Dallas. They beat Miami. They're a solid team. They beat Minnesota barely. Minnesota's one of the worst teams in the NFL. And they lost to the Cardinals. The Cardinals are the best team that they've faced so far. They're the best team. What team from this list of teams has a defense that gave Seattle a challenge? Arizona was the best one. And I think they created a blueprint on how to beat Seattle. You play cover zero, you show all-out blitz looks, and you drop back your linebackers and disguise the defense. That's what got Russell Wilson on the last play. They only sent 4. It looked like they were going to blitz and send 5 or 6. They only sent 4. The linebackers dropped back. Isaiah Simmons, easy interception. The interception happened because Russell Wilson pre-read where he was going to go.
And they had sent that all-out blitz a couple of times in the fourth quarter that helped disguise that package. But if I had to bet, I would say that the Seahawks are going to be one of those Super Bowl contenders come down to February. Do I think that they could win a Super Bowl with their defense looking like this? No chance. But the hope is, if you're a Seahawk fan, you get Jamal Adams back. He's supposed to be a difference maker. He was a difference maker for the Jets defense last year.
I don't think Jamal is. He's a difference maker. I'm not denying that.
I don't know if he's going to make them into a great defense or even a good defense, but I don't think that they need that.
I think they do because look, Russell Wilson has had 4 interceptions in the last 2 games against Arizona and Minnesota. What's going to happen when they face Tampa, an elite defense? What's going to happen if they face an elite defense in the playoffs? What's going to happen? They're going to get embarrassed. I think they're going to they're going to get blown out. If they face Tampa, Tampa's going to embarrass them. Well, even probably more than they embarrassed Green Bay.
We're going to find out about the Seahawks coming up because they got the Niners next week, and then they got the Bills, the Rams, and the Cardinals again. So we're going to learn a lot about the Seahawks in this little middle stretch of their schedule.
The thing about it is that I feel so bad for Russell Wilson because he has to play the role of Superman every single game for them to have a chance to win. I just don't think that's sustainable. You can't win like that. You can't in the regular season, yes, but in the playoffs, you can't win like that.
You're right. No, you're right about that, and it is a concern, especially come playoff time. But if they get there, then I think that by playoff time they will be better defensively. They will get Jamal Adams back, and they will figure some things out. I would bet that Pete Carroll can find a way to turn things around enough to make a difference. I don't think that they need a top 5, top 10 defense to really make noise in January.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I really do. And if you're going off by how their offense has looked, then I agree with you. But we haven't seen this offense face an elite defense yet. We've only seen this offense face defenses that are pretty bad.
But the weapons are there, and everything would tell you that even against a very good defense, they'll be successful. I mean, Russell Wilson is arguably the best quarterback in football. He will win you games alone, and he's done so far this season. But like you mentioned, it's going to be very interesting to see how they stack up against, especially this stack of schedule right here in the middle. They're going to play 4 really good teams on both sides of the ball, and it's going to tell us a lot of what we need to know about them.